we're given to understand that the IAEA has confirmed that there were recent military strikes near Iran's Bushehr nuclear plant. So a confirmation they're coming in as far as fresh strikes are concerned near a nuclear plant in Bushehr. And IAEA has put it on record now that military strikes did take place near the nuclear plant in Bushehr. Moving on, world's most volatile waterway, the Strait of Hormuz, is now ground zero in a global showdown. Donald Trump has turned up the heat with abuse, threats, and a ticking deadline. He has two demands from Iran: reopen the Strait of Hormuz and make a peace deal, or else, he said, he will rain fire on Iran. Iran has time till 8th of April, 6:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. The US President has said that if Iran fails to open the key waterway, he will bomb power plants and bridges next. We're now in the final hours before a possible escalation in West Asia war. The clock is ticking, and the next few hours could decide whether this war escalates further. This is not the first time Donald Trump has threatened to blow Iran's power plants, which tens of millions of Iranians rely on to power schools, hospitals, residences, and other basic aspects of civilian life. He has been making contrasting claims on Hormuz too, shifting deadlines. Here is a timeline of how Donald Trump changed his stand on the Strait of Hormuz from week 1 to week 6. The deadline kept, of course, changing, extending as well. 3rd of March, Donald Trump says US will escort vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. Then he asked the allies to join the efforts in reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Donald Trump said this on the 15th of March. On the 17th of March, he says US does not need the Strait of Hormuz. He then asks his allies and the countries who depend on the Strait of Hormuz to do it on their own. 21st March, open Hormuz in 48 hours or else. That's the first deadline of 48 hours given by Donald Trump on the 21st of March to Iran. On the 23rd, Donald Trump says strikes have been postponed for 5 days because we are negotiating, because we are talking to Iran. These are in-depth conversations that are taking place. 26th of March, the deadline then is extended to 6th of April. So Donald Trump extends that deadline to 6th of April. On the 4th of April, he says the time is running out. Hell will rain on Iran. 5th of April, then he resorts to using expletives, abuses, says open the strait or else. Once again, reminding Iran of the consequences of what could transpire. So this is how the timeline and the deadline kept changing. We have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast. Iran has rejected illogical 15-point US plan. Iran says talks cannot happen under threat. Now, Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson said that Tehran will be making it absolutely clear that while on one hand you continue to issue threats to us, you cannot expect us to agree to this 15-point plan. We want a permanent solution. Permanent peace can happen only if we get assurances from your side. Srinjoy, we were just talking about Iran's version. Now we're given to understand that they have clearly rejected the 15-point ceasefire plan.
They have a bottom line. The Iranian bottom line is just this. You attacked us and you want a ceasefire. Now, sure, we'll give you a ceasefire if number one, you decide that there should be a permanent ceasefire and not a temporary ceasefire. And if there is a permanent ceasefire, then we can open or reopen the Strait of Hormuz, which in any case is open to friends, but not to enemies. So permanent ceasefire, and then if there is a permanent ceasefire, the Strait of Hormuz opens.
So Iran has made it absolutely clear that if you want the Strait of Hormuz to open and if you want permanent peace, then you have to agree to our terms and conditions. Iran has rejected the 15-point ceasefire plan that was forwarded to it through intermediaries, calling it illogical. Thank you very much, Srinjoy, for getting us the details.